Well, you know, we've talked to Sally Hayes many times about permanent makeup, seen lots of before and afters, but you know what? This is going to be a first for me, Sally Hayes, because I've never actually seen permanent makeup applied. And I'm thinking it has to be some big, you know, big elaborate setup. And I mean, you're literally doing it here in our makeup studio.
Yeah, it's not exactly the best because I can't lean her head back,
Right.
but it works, you know, and it's just an easy process. Angela's been having her permanent makeup done for like 17 years.
Wow.
Her eyeliner, of course, lasts the longest, and she needed a brow retouch. I touched her lips up last week after probably 6-7 years, and so I said, come, let me show you how easy this is to have your brows done for the viewers, you know, because they always wonder how it's done.
Exactly. I've always wondered, too. Now, just to point out, you've already done this side
This brow
right
is
here.
done.
Okay, before we talk about and take a look at Angela's before, let's talk about brows, because we have a photograph. This is a woman that came to you, and this is when you don't spend the time matching brows, they can go bad, matching colors,
right.
In other words, because if you don't take the time to work with someone who knows what they're doing and matching the colors, you could end up looking like this.
Right. Whoever did that woman's brows actually did them in gray, and she's a blonde.
Oh.
And wrong shape, wrong color, and that's why it's so important that when you go to a technician, that you go to somebody that understands the harmonizing with the skin tone, not
Right.
Color of the Month Club.
And not what's trending.
And you know, think about it. Nobody was ever born with gray eyebrows.
Of course.
And as soon as you do that, like that brow there, what that does is it makes it look like, hey, I've got a tattoo. I mean, that she may as well have gone to a tattoo studio and done it.
Right.
Because it's a body tattoo that will be with her for life.
Yeah.
Where Angela, she has to touch up her brows about every 2 years, because I do them light, although they look dark right now.
Because you just did this one just a few minutes ago.
And
so.
see, that's going to fade 50%, so it'll be much lighter and softer.
So show us how you do the brows, and I think it is, you know, something that
Normally I draw them on before I do it, but since she's already had her brows done, I know where to go. And all I'm doing is feathering in the color, and it's all in the technique of how you do it. What you want to do is create a brow that you still see skin through it, nothing solid that looks like it's been Sharpied on.
Yeah. Now, Angela Poloni, I know that you're pro at this, but does it hurt when she does that?
No, not at all. She's puts numbing on usually about 10, 15, 20 minutes beforehand, and it just feels like pressure.
Okay, so over here when we see the brow that you did literally like 10, 15 minutes ago, and you've said this to us many times, don't freak out when you look in the mirror. It's dark. Of course it's dark. This is going to fade over time.
What's going to happen here is in about 4 days they're going to get flaky. They get scaly, and unfortunately a piece comes off here, a piece comes out there. It doesn't come off in a consistent strip. So she kind of molts for about 3 days. She'll look good for 4, and 3 days she molts. And then she'll be fine, and she won't have to do anything for a couple years to them.
Now, you did literally her brows on live TV. So if you're doing somebody's brows and their liner and their lips, can you do that all in one setting?
Oh,
and how
sure.
long would that take?
It takes about 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I have the nurse come in and numb the lips first, so that cuts off 20 minutes of numbing time.
Oh.
And then I do the eyes and the brows. So if you consolidate the procedures, it's a little bit of a time saver rather than doing them separately.
And I want to take a quick look at Angela's picture. This is it's a before picture, but this is, I mean, work that you've done. She's been coming to you for how long, Angela?
Oh, 17 years now.
Wow.
That was immediately after I did her lips last week.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And now here they are healed, so they're faded.
Okay, so that's the before of the lips, and if you take a look at her lips now, which is, they look
soft.
absolutely, and all you have on is what?
The clear gloss.
Clear gloss. Adorable, adorable. Well, you're already adorable, but you know, now you can wake up adorable. All right, thank you very much, Sally and Angela. For more information, you want to book a consultation, you need to find out what works for you, what colors work for you to meet with Sally. You go to 10201 North Scottsdale Road. She's located in Scottsdale. You can call her at 480-951-0539, and her website is permanentmakeup.com. You can call for your consultation today. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
Well, you know, you've often heard us talk about permanent makeup and the benefits of waking up beautiful.
And there is one lady who can explain how permanent makeup is an enhancement to our natural features. Makeup artist Sally Hayes. She is back, and she has brought along nurse Debbie Ferrioli. She is one who makes the entire process pain-free. We love seeing you, Sally, because you're always here and you're always teaching us about the latest and greatest in permanent makeup. It cuts our time in half, really, in the bathroom.
Debbie and I go back like 15 years. I've tattooed her face 15 years ago, and when I needed a nurse to do blocks for me, she was the ideal, person to do it. So we actually work as a team now, and I do the permanent makeup, the brows, eyes, and the lips, and then Debbie does the numbing for the lips, and then, we obviously do Botox and fillers. And
So you don't have to have your, it's just the lips as far as the numbing
right, I use
agent
cream
goes.
topical for the eyes and the brows. Everything's a two-part process. But the cool thing about having Debbie there when I do lips is it gives people that little bit of a insight of how they would look with the injection, with their lips a little puffy. And most people go, wow, I like this, so,
and you having been through it yourself, Debbie, then you can talk from experience. I mean, you're making the process painless, because a lot of people will say, I'm not doing it if it hurts.
Right.
But
Needles.
she numbs herself up when I tattoo her lips. She'll stand in the mirror and,
Oh my gosh, you're hardcore.
necessity.
Right.
When it comes to Botox and fillers, I want to make sure that everybody understands that you do that. However, it's a separate process from the permanent tattooing, right? You can, while you're there numbing lips for the permanent makeup, you can also then consult them and talk to them about Botox and fillers.
Once they find out what I
do it together.
Right. Once they find out what I do, then they're always asking, well, how about this, and can I do that? And I just have to let them know that if we're going to do your lips today, you can't have them filled the same day. It's tattoo first and then lips second. Usually about a week apart.
And Sally, explain to folks out there, ladies out there who really have never even considered something like this, permanent makeup. What does it do for you?
You know what it does? It refines your features, and it takes the tiredness out of your face. It makes your eye color pop. Your brows, of course, frame your eyes. And then lip color, it makes your mouth come alive again. A lot of times as we age, we lose a vermilion edge and our lips tend to sink or get smaller. So it just defines your features, and then it's not about not ever wearing topical makeup. I mean, you can certainly add all the makeup you want, but when you don't have anything on, then you just kind of look like, my everyday look is I don't wear much makeup.
Because you don't have to.
Right.
You don't have to. You already have it there.
The thing too is once you get your permanent makeup, I mean, you do feel refreshed and you feel younger. So why not just take it that next step, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you've already gone that far.
And Botox to me is great, because if I see a wrinkle coming, I go, Debbie, bring the Botox.
911.
911, I've got a wrinkle. And you know what? And you get
That's my 911 kind of call right there.
You're not calling the doctor. Call 911. I need Debbie. I got a wrinkle.
You've got Nurse Debbie on speed dial.
That's
Is that
right.
right, Sally?
Well, we have a photo that we want to show. And Nurse Debbie, explain to us what we're seeing here.
This is a stylist, and Sally's done her makeup. She's done her brows, her eyes, and her lips. I did her lips and put filler in her lips 1 week later, and this is right after we did her lips.
That was right out of the chair after she filled her lips with filler.
So you don't have to look crazy or look like a fish. You can just have them enhanced and kind of restored.
Right.
You can get it done and then go to the mall.
Exactly.
You don't have to look like a blowfish.
Yeah.
No, well, that we don't want to, and that's what I really love about the combination of the two, is that neither one of you are into the over the top.
No.
It's more of an enhance what you have
Absolutely.
and make it look natural, just better, right?
Undetectable.
Love that.
I love that. Well, if you would like more information, if you'd like to see both of these ladies, to book a consultation or even purchase a gift certificate for a friend, contact Sally Hayes Permanent Makeup at 10201 North Scottsdale Road in Scottsdale. Call 480-951-0539 or visit their website at permanentmakeup.com.